Hello, my name is Rev, and this is my personal video for the Frederick Douglass Global Fellowship application. I'm an outcast, and I grew up learning how to survive. I am inspired by the journey Frederick Douglass took to Ireland because I relate it to my own journey to the United States. Nelson Mandela inspires me because I relate to him coming from a country with a diverse population, where power is contested because of colonial history. I'm also inspired by my childhood heroes, Andres Bonifacio and Jose Rizal, because they adapted to the status quo and then went against societal norms in order for their voices to be heard. These people inspire me to speak freely and to rile things up in order to initiate change. They inspire me to wake up and to realize that I am mortal, and how my mortality is what makes me human, and how my humanity makes me feel the kind of compassion for others that gives me the motivation to rise up and to advocate for the kinds of changes that I believe will benefit humanity. I want to see changes in global power dynamics, where first world countries invest in developing countries in order to have a more equitable global society. I want the world to realize that despite having individual uniqueness as a society, we are not so separate from each other as a global population. I believe that my struggle to find relatability with the people I meet is one of my biggest challenges as a leader. Growing up Filipino American, I learned to take on whatever identity I had to in order to blend in, because in my mind, full assimilation was the only way to be accepted by my community. So I found it difficult to relate to the beliefs and life experiences of a lot of my military and university peers. Only now as an adult did I realize that I need to embrace my full self and learn more about the lessons of history. I am a listener and I am an observer. These traits are what I use as the solution to helping me understand and find relatability when I encounter a struggle. I imagine myself in the shoes of others, and though I may never fully understand the challenges that are different than mine, I believe that I'm able to digest stories and find connections between them. I believe that finding relatability is not simply about the act of understanding and empathizing, but being able to give others the space and comfortability to be themselves around me. I think that living the life of a societal chameleon allowed me to gain this very unique skill. As a chemist, I believe that a real issue that we need to solve is our current global food system. I personally do not believe that the Earth is reaching its resource capacity. Instead, I think the problem lies with how policies shape the way resources are distributed. We have an abundant supply of resources on Earth, but it is up to us, the youth, to help shape the policies to be more equitable and sustainable, to help guide the past into a more peaceful and continuous future. I try to influence change by dispelling misinformation, and I criticize withholding information behind a paywall. I'm an advocate for accessible peer-reviewed information because I believe that equitable information dissemination is key to efficient communication. Being in a remote university, I use current information platforms to be more connected to my global community and to help keep me grounded in what I am fighting for. I am fighting for the reorganization of global food distribution system and the reassessment of how health and nutrition influence what it means to have a good quality of life. I am fighting for systematic change for the generations to come. And how do I react when I encounter people that believe otherwise? Well, I meet them with respect and acceptance. I respect them as opinionated human beings, and I accept their opinions not as my own, but as valid in their own regards and reasonings. I accept that misinformation is a disease that can hinder us from progressing. So how I respond will always come from a place of compassion and understanding, because I know what it feels like to be misunderstood and unable to be relatable. So I try my best to find relatability and to approach them with the kind of curiosity that will initiate questions within themselves as well.